Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. On Long Island, 631-756-1125. Your go-to place to get everything you need as far as emergency preparedness supplies, as they got it all. They have the best prices in town. The website is omnitruevalue.com. Wholesale holiday lighting by Giannini, your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs. Whether you want to decorate your house come holiday time, or maybe you want to do this as a business, give them a call, 631-957-5106. They're at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, also on Long Island, and the website is liholidaylighting.com. Well, no doubt a summery day across much of the Northeast into the northern mid-Atlantic states. We're seeing a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity develop in some inland areas. We'll get to the radar in just a moment. But want to call attention to Tropical Depression Claudette, which is right there. You can see there's still a fairly well-defined circulation, which is held together quite well. Now, we are seeing, as the center begins its movement toward the North Carolina coast, and you'll notice that the circulation here is rather large. Some of it is over the southwest Atlantic. So all of that is combining to cause convection to increase as we go into the evening hours. Now, some of that is diurnal, in other words, just the effect of the daytime heating, but some of this is also due to the fact that the system may be starting to get a little more energized, and we think that it's probably going to re-strengthen into a tropical storm once it moves off the North Carolina coast on Monday. And there are tropical storm warnings up for parts of the North Carolina coast. In the meantime, if you look at the radar, you can kind of pick out the center is right on the Georgia-South Carolina state line. And it's moving, it's right about here. And you can see the radar echoes are turning in that counterclockwise fashion. There's not that much left now on the west side back through Georgia and Alabama. So the rains, they are obviously over with. But we've been seeing showers and storms pretty much all day long in North Carolina. And of course, we're getting that tropical inflow now coming in from off the Atlantic. Further north, we mentioned earlier some storms forming this evening. You see them here across northern Pennsylvania, back into northeastern Ohio. I don't think we're going to have to worry about those storms coming into play in much of our forecast zone, eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England and nearby points. It should be okay through this evening. And for the overnight, to the northwest, you're seeing showers and storms around the western Great Lakes. And this is the next cold front that is making its way eastward. Just want to point out that because of all the tropical moisture around and this approaching cold front, there are some flash flood risks. There's a marginal risk for flash flooding tomorrow up through much of central and even into northeastern Pennsylvania, northeastward into upstate New York and Vermont. This is where I think most of the thunderstorm activity is going to be. It lines up pretty much with where the Storm Prediction Center has its risk areas for tomorrow. And then for Tuesday, we see a marginal risk of flash flooding up to about central New Jersey. And again, this is reflecting the fact that there's going to be severe weather risk pretty much in the same zone. And here's the Storm Prediction Center's picture this evening, where we have this marginal risk in the Carolinas. All of that due to the fact, and also a slight risk for coastal North and South Carolina down into parts of southeast Georgia. This is all part of the impact of Tropical Depression Claudette that is moving eastward. We have a large area of slight to enhanced risk in the lower lakes and in the upper part of the Ohio Valley. Now, for tomorrow, we're looking at that risk zone to shift from northern West Virginia, eastern Ohio, northeastward through western and central Pennsylvania, and then northeastward into upstate New York, the middle and upper Hudson Valley, and points northward. There is tornado risk, and a 5%. That's a number you don't see that often in the Northeast, but well to the north in northern New York, Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and up into Maine, a 5% risk that there could be a tornado within any point 25 miles apart inside the risk zone. And you can see the 2% area extends further south 15% risk for wind gusts of 50 knots or more, and then there's a 5 to 15% risk of hail. And then come Tuesday, as the severe weather risk shifts southeastward, for now, SPC's got the marginal risk to central New Jersey, extending southward into southeastern Virginia and points southward. Now, we're going to have a cold front that's going to pretty much stall out very close to the coast come early Tuesday morning, and it's going to have to wait for another wave to move northward. If the frontal position's a little bit further to the west, then we could see that marginal risk area pushed a little bit further north tomorrow by SPC. And as far as rainfall is concerned over the next 7 days, coastal New England and southern New England, not a whole lot. From New York City west and south, you start to get into rainfall amounts that are in excess of a half an inch to an inch, and then you start to get into the 1 inch plus rainfalls in Pennsylvania, upstate New York, even a patch of 3 inches plus, not out of the question, and thunderstorm producing heavy rains throughout much of the Ohio and Tennessee Valley, across the Gulf states, and along the coast of the southeast U.S. So kind of getting that typical summertime feeling here with the tropical air beginning to get involved. Now, one thing to look forward to this week, guess what? Another shot of super dry air that's going to come in starting late Tuesday and last into Friday. We're looking at dew points that are once again going to drop down into the 40s come Wednesday and Thursday, and that dry air should still linger around on Friday. So that's good news for those of you who are not big fans of heat and humidity. This is another situation where we're going to see a deep trough in the eastern part of the United States, and that's going to bring in a shot of dry air. So let's just run you through the GFS. The new run is coming up, is just started, so we'll just go back to the prior run from this afternoon. So Claudette's going to move off the coast and probably become a tropical storm on Monday, and then get kicked away to the northeast. It stays separate from this next cold front that's approaching. For tomorrow, I'm thinking shower and thunderstorm activity is going to be mostly inland, and that right along the immediate coast, you really are not going to see very much of anything with regards of showers and storms for tomorrow. It's going to be a hot, humid day, no doubt, throughout much of the northeast and northern mid-Atlantic states, but we have to wait for that front to get a little closer, which it will do during Monday night. Then it just kind of stalls out early Tuesday, get a little wave that develops on it. Once that wave develops, it'll push the front out further offshore, and then we get this nice dry high with sunshine coming back for Wednesday and for Thursday, still in the throes of dry air. Temperatures are going to average a little bit below normal, and then we'll start the return flow a bit as we go into the end of the week. And a little unsettled as far as next weekend is concerned. Looks like we'll be getting into some humidity and warmer temperatures and another weather front that's going to make its approach probably a week from today. And as far as the temperatures go for tomorrow, Monday, a hot day, a humid day. Dew points are going to be up between 65 and 70. Low and even some middle 90s in northeastern Virginia, up into south central, southeastern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, upper 80s to around or just over 90 as you go further north. And those very warm temperatures push themselves all the way up into upstate New York, where we showed you before where much of the severe weather risk is for tomorrow, and also up into Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Tuesday, we're likely to be in the 80s everywhere. And then Wednesday, with that lower humidity coming, it's going to be a good-looking day with sunshine and temperatures that are going to be in the 70s. So just think back to what we went through earlier this week. We're going to have a little bit of a repeat performance this week ahead on Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe even for Friday. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. Wholesale holiday lighting by Giannini, your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs. 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, New York, 631-957-5106. LIHolidaylighting.com is the website. Here's the latest from the Hurricane Center on Claudette. By the way, it's at 34.2, 82.5, right on the North Carolina-South Carolina state line, moving east-northeast at 17. And it might even strengthen into a tropical storm before the center actually moves offshore because of the large circulation and being over the open waters of the Atlantic. And then it should really get going as it exits North Carolina sometime around midday tomorrow, and then starts to accelerate to the northeast, passing just south of Nova Scotia sometime on Tuesday. Obviously, it is no threat to our weather here. So I hope all the dads out there enjoyed their Father's Day. I certainly did. In celebration, there was no Sunday Morning Joe and Joe weather show, but we will be back tomorrow night at our usual time, 7:30 Eastern. So have a great rest of your day and a good week ahead. We'll see you tomorrow.